Somebody came in my office last week, and they're looking, I'd say, to catch up a little bit. They're a little bit behind in where they want to be. And they're looking for, they know they need return. Market's done well recently, so the conversation immediately went to, I've got to take a bunch of risk. I've got to generate more return by taking more risk. Help me understand where the truth is in that thought and where the fallacies are.
If they're taking risk that doesn't fit their plan or doesn't fit who they are, it's almost always going to fail because they won't be able to stand it. And risk is only one, if we aren't meeting our goals, we spend less, we retire later, we put more away, or we invest harder. Mm-hmm. But investing harder makes no sense if that's not what your risk tolerance is. Right. So it's a combination of those four things that will really help us. Investing more aggressively makes sense if that fits who you are, your gut instinct. That makes sense if we have a long-term perspective. Mm-hmm. We have to have a long-term perspective.
What's long-term?
Not 2 years. 10 years isn't long enough. Lifetime.
Right.
We're really looking at lifetime. And what's funny about that statement is my clients are 80. Who are they investing for today?
Probably their grandkids.
Probably their grandkids. They're investing for the next generation mm-hmm. at least. Yep. So really my clients that invested forever and seen it all, there's never a time where they're really investing short term mm-hmm. because the further they get into their planning, the more they're just investing for the next lifetime.
Right.
It actually becomes a longer mm-hmm. investment period. And so risk does bring return if you're prudent, if you're systematic and emotionally diversified, if you have a plan. Long term. Short term, it may be the worst year we've had in the market the next 12 months. I don't know when that's going to happen. So short term, it can be anything. Long term, it's fine, but we have to have a plan. We have to have our emergency fund. We have to have our conservative bucket. We have to have a process that we know how to deal with that.
Yeah. And making sure expectations and reality meet. So whatever we own has some sort of risk preference to it.
Right.
Maybe it's more volatility in the market. Maybe it's inflation risk on the other end. Finding the sweet spot for each individual investor is critical.
And what we're willing to accept.
Right. And how hard are we going to work? Because if we don't want the market volatility, we're going to have to work harder, longer, something, set more aside for our future needs.
Or accept less.
Sure.
Accepting less is a good choice. Sometimes that's a good choice. So take risk with knowledge. Understand why, understand how it fits, and understand what it will bring to your plan in doing it. And then I think you have success on your side.